Hello, Aries. Welcome to your reading. I've done two readings for you today already that have ended in disaster because of pets making a lot of noise. So they say third time's a charm, right? We'll be doing a general reading today. Let the cards take us where they will. Let spirit guide us and see what messages come through for you today. Wow, lots to say. Interestingly enough, these are some of the cards that you received in the first reading I did for you. That is so cool. Okay. We've got the resident crows out there right now, distracting me once again. They're huge out here. They're almost as big as ravens. Anyways, the Six of Swords. Okay. What do we have here? So the Six of Swords here is, and I'm going to say this too before I begin, because this is a new channel, and this is actually the first reading that I've done for this channel, is I do follow the traditional Rider-Waite meanings in the cards. However, I deviate a lot. I find each one of my decks is really different, and so certain cards give me different impressions. So yes, while I read traditionally, I also do a lot of intuitive reading as well, which I think is even more valuable than traditional meetings, quite honestly, at least in my experience. So that's a little disclaimer before I start reading. So the Six of Swords here is really telling me I'm just hearing like a thief in the night, okay? I don't know that this is necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like here is someone who is making off with two other people at night. And there's some swiftness about this. It's almost a very protective energy. It almost feels like it's something where someone has collected enough to get by to help these people along on their path. And there's some secrecy towards this. The two people that this person is protecting are shrouded. And so interesting. We'll see how the reading progresses as I read on through the storyline here. The Knight of Cups, which originally showed up in your first reading as the first card, is that card of contentment. Okay, so there is a lot of work that you've put into something. And I can see it here in the Eight of Pentacles, where you have put in the time, you've put in the effort, and you've been justly rewarded now. And so this is really your time to sit back and to enjoy your rewards, okay? I think, when I see this card here facing the Eight of Pentacles, it's almost like you're remembering what got you here in the first place, and it is that hard work. I see you as someone who's very grounded. It's funny because I'm getting a lot of earth energy from you, even though you are a fire sign, so I don't know if you have a lot of earth in your chart, but you come across as someone who's very grounded, someone who's very driven, which is very Aries. Someone who is calm and measured, extremely, sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today, extremely organized. You know exactly what you're doing, you know exactly what you need to get there, and you've got the perseverance to get there. So I'm really seeing you reflect upon that and the hard work that actually brought you here to this place where you can kind of savor everything that you've worked so hard for. There has been some sort of transition here. Death, not meaning literal death, of course, but it's almost like you were given two options. And one door certainly gave an indication that there was something bigger and brighter behind it. But there wasn't enough for, for you to know exactly what was behind it, to know exactly what was to come of it. But you took that chance, and you're cutting the ties um, to something. So, like, I want to say the ties that bind, restrictions. This could be something that was stopping you from making this decision to go through this doorway, whether it's, through career or relationships. Currently, I'm feeling like this is more career oriented. But in any event, you cut that tie, you took the risk, and you went through that door. Now, the Five of Pentacles and the Temperance in reverse. Oh, sorry, it's the Two of Pentacles, not the Five of Pentacles. I think there was probably a period of indecision where you weren't too sure which door to choose. And I find it interesting that it's the door on the right here that was partially open for you to kind of see what could potentially come from it. And up here, you're looking at the coin on the right. I think this is, again, the decision to come out of this wishy-washiness and just go for it, to cut that tie that bind. Again, brought you to the point of the Nine of Cups. I just got the impression here that you just feel so fortunate. Like, you're like, I cannot believe this happened. Like, I feel like I'm getting away with something, like I'm a thief in the night. You know that expression where you just can't believe something so good has happened. You feel like you almost stole it, but you didn't. You actually worked really hard for it, okay? It's kind of the feeling that I just got off of that card. So Temperance, typically we're looking at balance and stillness. And I think there must have been a part of you that went against the grain of your normal temperament. So I think while normally you'd be very cautious and you'd be very patient and balanced about something, I think at some point, in order to achieve this Nine of Cups, you had to kind of say, screw it, and I'm just going to do it. That's cool, that rhymes. And you did go for it. So I think you kind of threw caution to the wind here, which is something that you wouldn't normally do, in order to achieve this success. So far, this just kind of feels like Spirit just kind of highlighting or confirming, if this is for you, that this is your story and this is kind of how it plays out. And if what I'm describing resonates with you, then you know that this reading is for you. So for things to come out of it from here, you know that you can trust it. Okay. I actually meant to bring one of my other decks just to clarify, but that's okay. We've got lots of cards here. Yes, so interesting. Again, these cards came up in the previous reading. This is actually beautiful. This is kind of really interesting because I do shuffle them a lot in between readings. So we've got the Hierophant here. So, I do notice that a lot of this is solo study, kind of branching it on your own. Whereas I see, with the Hierophant, this is a teacher, right? This is somebody who comes along, who has mastered something and is now teaching people that aren't as experienced, right? So I don't know if this is you that's coming out of this and now you're passing your knowledge on to other people, or if this is someone that helped you along the way. I kind of almost feel that this is someone that's helped you, because I'm getting different energies from these cards when it comes to identifying them as you. I'm feeling like this is somebody different. So I don't know if there was somebody along your path that helped you with this and taught you how to center, how to ground, how to control, how to manifest. The Magician is somebody typically with Gemini or Virgo energy. They are the they are the master manifestors, okay? So this is somebody that can create whatever they want with the tools that they have at hand and with ease. Again, someone very calm, very focused, very centered. I don't know if this person taught you about this. It could be like a spiritual guru of some sort, or if you've been watching videos, that sort of thing. But it certainly is fitting with the Eight of Pentacles energy and the Nine of Cups that you have here as well. So you're the master of your own destiny. You're able to create and create with ease. I feel like this is something in your past where you came up against a lot of opposition, okay? This could be something where you felt judged by people, where you felt like you had to be on the defense with people. where you felt on edge in a group, perhaps, that you were being backed into a corner. And I don't think you like that feeling very much. I don't know that anybody does, but I think this left you feeling a bit bewildered, and like you didn't have a lot of options and there was no way out. So I think this just really speaks to this not being the easiest of journeys. You know, we do see some ease here, you know, and up here as well, some tension here that you're letting go of. But I think there was a time where you did feel like, you know, like I said, you were backed into a corner and that people were coming to you, demanding a lot of things, demanding more than you had, or this card to me always kind of symbolizes being accused of something, and judgment being placed on you, okay? And it's coming from multiple sources. So I always think it's, you know, like a group environment, a group of people. Just heard master of your own domain. Okay, so this would be something that you're reflecting on as well, is becoming the master of your own domain. Domain. Oh my goodness. Maybe it's just a sign after today that I shouldn't be recording this, but I'm going to anyways, because if I wait for it to be perfect, then it's never going to come out. Okay, I just saw another card here flipped up in there that again I saw earlier in another reading, and that's the Two of Swords. This energy again is more speaking to the fact that you winged it. You know what I mean? So again, well, you're very patient and waiting and weighing and humming and hawing and things like that. At some point, you just had to wing it. You just had to close your eyes and take a stab in the dark and go for it, okay? It's funny that the Two of Swords is pointing up towards this door that was open, that I believe you went through in order to get to this Nine of Cups. Spirit, is there anything else that you would like to share with Aries about this journey? Any messages? The Devil. You know, I almost feel as if you, at some point, someone had made a proposition to you and it was very appealing. I think they played to both sides of yourself. So I think there's a side of you that loves decadence or the good things in life. You know, and here it's showing kind of the sweet treat, if you will. And on the other hand, there is money. And so I believe this person, you know, didn't have the best of intentions, quite honestly. There was some trickery there. They weren't exactly shy about it, though. I think you knew this person was a bit sneaky and a bit tricky. I don't know that you trusted them. I think you were definitely leery. But there was this one part of you that was very tempted to accept whatever they were offering. But they were basically trying to bribe you with anything they could think of that could sway you. But I really don't think that you fell for it. I think that this was a distraction. If this hasn't already happened, I think then, you know, because I did ask for a message, I think this is warning you to be careful of this. You know, for someone coming along your path that you will be suspicious of, they will be almost transparent to you. You will see that there is some sneaky treachery behavior going on. And just maintain your boundaries and stay focused on who you are and what you want. You do not need what they are offering you. You have quite enough on your own, is what I'm hearing. You're quite powerful onto your own. You don't need whatever this person is trying to offer you. Any other messages for Aries today? Interesting. Yeah. So I think the Ten of Wands really speaks to an uphill battle that you have faced. You know, it kind of goes with the Seven of Wands here, okay? It's kind of this period in your life. I do believe this was in the past where you really had to fight hard for what you wanted. I don't know if you left a situation that involved a group of people where you were left on your own. You decided to go out on your own and start like your own venture, your own business potentially, it looks like. But in any event, you know, I think that that was a significant burden for you. You really had to work hard for that. It was exhausting. But you obviously have made it to the top. I do believe that these experiences that you had in the past that were difficult, you did take what you learned from those to apply it to your life as you were moving forward. There were a lot of things that you had to leave behind. I don't know if there was some money or something, or friendships that you had to leave behind when you went off onto this venture, but definitely you are leaving some things behind, some things that were still kind of simmering. In fact, you took one lesson though in particular. There was one thing that really stuck with you that you took with you and you moved on. You honestly didn't know where you were going here. You can see this person's headed out into God knows where, but we can see up here that it led you to the Six of Swords, Nine of Cups, so it was a positive venture. In your future, interestingly, the Eight of Cups is walking towards the Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups as well. So, oh my gosh, sorry, a bunch of cards just fell out. I wasn't asking for cards, so I'm going to leave those. You know, these are two different people, so it's a bit perplexing to me. I'm just going to sit with this for another minute, this energy. Spirit, tell me more about the Two of Cups, please. Okay, it's telling me to not focus on the pictures like that. Yeah, use your intuition. Okay, so this is another message that I think is coming in for both of us. Use your intuition, okay? If you're getting stuck on something, all of the answers that you have are within yourself. You might use tools or go see psychics, read books. When I say tools, I mean tarot cards, runes, that sort of thing. But ultimately, the answers lie within yourself. If you just calm and go within, you'll get the answers that you need. So with this, I do see in the future that you will meet somebody who you'll be friends with first. You're going to really enjoy your time with them. You're going to be two different people, certainly. There are some things that you'll have in common, but there's just going to be this sense between you of contentment, just really easy to talk to them. This person's going to put in equal effort just as you to build on this relationship. And I do see this relationship resulting in the Ten of Cups. And so really, Ten of Cups, isn't that one of the ultimate love cards, right? Where you're building a life with somebody. We've got even more decadence here. We've got children. You know, we've got cups full of love and food by a river. So again, that sense of emotions. There's lots of water in these two cards. So really, again, leading up to the Nine of Cups, we can see that contentment, and so we can go from Nine of Cups to Ten of Cups, right? So the ultimate. So what I really see here is I see a progression, what looks to me in career, and it looks like there was something, you know, some strife and some hardships that you had to go through, but you chose to go a different route. You trusted your gut. you took a chance on something, you took a risk, you broke an old cycle, and it looks like you've started up something that you've worked really hard with, that you enjoy, that you've mastered. And I do wonder if it is, a business of sorts, a little business of sorts. This wouldn't be some, big, huge empire, but certainly something that you could be very proud of. I believe you had some teachers along the way, and there was also temptations, either along the way or could potentially be in the future, that you will be wary of. But it's just saying to be mindful of that and to not let this person sway you. But I don't think you're going to be swayed by them. I think with all of this collectively happening, and I think the theme in your first reading was very similar to this as well, is when you focus on yourself and when you work on yourself, when you walk away with the lessons that you have taken from this experience, this will then lead into the next phase of your life, the phase of love, of meeting somebody that, is not only a lover, but your best friend, really. The Two of Cups, I really don't see it, as just a romantic card. It's building that foundation of friendship and having that evolve into, a long-lasting love, resulting in a family and a very stable, grounded, happy life. So that's actually really beautiful. I'm just going to ask for any final messages for Aries. Yeah. So I think with the Four of Pentacles, the final message would be to just take a chance on things. I think anytime that you're starting to feel guarded, anytime that you're starting to feel like you have to protect what you have, that you're isolating, that you're not wanting people to see what you're up to and stuff, that's good, but just make sure that that's actually healthy boundaries that you're setting up and not restrictive to the point that, you've kind of shut yourself off from the outside world. There's nothing wrong with boundaries, but have some have some give in there for sure. And to take a chance, again, the Wheel of Fortune is really speaking of a home. It's pointing to the home. So it's like you have all of these things. You've got the finances, you've got the health, you've got the love in your life, and now it's time to focus more on building that home, for yourself, for your loved one, and your loved ones to come. So I think I'll end it there, Aries. I hope this resonated with you. And if it did, please hit like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.